Hey guys, welcome to the stream. There's going to be a bit of a delay on the initial startup with this at the moment, only because I'm a complete freaking genius, and with the genius IQ that I have, I decided to start the stream before I checked everything was up to date. And the one thing that actually wasn't was the Simbrief FMS installer. Now, the funny thing is it has an automatic update, but for some reason it didn't want to run. I don't know if that was actually Norton's doing that or something else or some other crap, but I've just had to go onto the site and download it. So I hope to have most of this pre-flight done for the start of stream, but obviously that's not happening. So unfortunately, you're going to have to watch the boring parts on this, and you'll have to watch us do the setup on the aircraft, which again, hope to have done for you, but still, what are you going to do? Apart from be more organised. Anywho, as you can probably tell, today's flight's taking us from Palma de Mallorca up to Bilbao. Now, the reason I've chosen this flight, believe it or not, is because I bought Bilbao probably about 6 or 8 months ago. You know, looks like a great piece of scenery from Orbix. Whilst they had an offer on, and I took a look at it, bought it, installed it, and it didn't bloody work. So I've just spent about half an hour to an hour before this trying to figure out why it wasn't working properly, only to realise that, you know, the friggin' installer didn't install it correctly. So had it there for 6 months, didn't bloody use it, and then realised it was just a matter of friggin' reinstalling the bastard thing. Anyway, it's working now, so let's do something fun. And I'll look at that in a minute. So, going back to Simbrief for a second. That's all done, that's done. So, flight number's 27 kilo. And flight level 320 is correct. So, flight plan from Palma de Mallorca. We're expecting runway 6 left, I believe. Yeah, 6 left. So, SID, runway 06 left. There's the Drago to Lima. No additional SIDs required, so insert. That should run us all the way down to the disco, which will clear out for Bilbao. For some reason it's got Bilbao in there twice. That's the end of the flight done, that's why. So what it should have in there after that is, yeah, that's going down to, that's the alternate, going down to Madrid if required. Wind data is not available with this aircraft as of yet. So departure is going to be flaps 13, flexing to 42. Slope is, again, just to be more organised, it wouldn't have been a good idea if I had my charts up. So, let me log into my charts. Actually, I should already have that installed, I think. I can just put the outside air temperature whilst I'm looking for this. So, no, I don't have it installed on my laptop because I did a friggin' reinstall, that's right. So, let me download that on my laptop. So outside air temperature is a balmy 14 degrees Celsius. 14 degrees C. We'll just check the thrust limits for a second, so we'll do takeoff 1.47, 12% D rate climb 1, Return to the takeoff and save that. Whilst we're doing that, let's look at this for a second. So 388 nautical miles without the star in. So just whilst I'm doing this, and again I apologise, I should have been more involved, well, more prepared, but you know, me being me, I'm really not. So just to give you a little information then, so flight today is going to take us off of the north-easterly facing runway at Palma de Mallorca. We'll be making a turn north, heading over the Mediterranean Sea, heading just to the west of Barcelona, continuing up through the middle of Spain, passing over, I think that's Husea, south of Jaca, south of Pamplona. Somewhere around there, shortly after that, we'll be standard descent into Bilbao. So we've got a flight time expected of 1 hour and 4 minutes to take off to touchdown. So including taxi time, we're probably talking about an hour and 25 minutes take off gate to gate. So I'm just waiting on, actually one more waiting on there. I can do it. No, I can't do it on there either because that's dead. Freaking hell. That's how prepared I am. Let's put that on charge then. And of course that still wants about 2 minutes on the download. So, also it's not charging, let's try and turn it on with 1%. It's on charge as well. Bum, bum, bum. So you'll have to forgive me, actually, it's not that I'm not doing anything, I am actually downloading the charts onto my laptop because I had to do a reinstall. And I believe we just had a notification there. Let's see if that's... And thanks for the follow, Philippe. We appreciate that. Excellent. So yeah, tablet's just coming on for getting my charts on there, and I'm also just downloading onto that laptop because I had to do a factory restart on that, which was kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm just realising everything that I've not got installed, which I need installed. And this is the crap when you turn on a tablet. Oh, you friggin' crap comes through at once. Ooh, hello. Could have a look a lot later. So airports. Let's have a look. And of course it dies off. No matter, that's just finished. Yes, I know. Yes, run it. So one thing I could use from the guys on the stream as well, I don't know how many people are actually watching at the moment, so I've not got it up, but for the guys who are watching, you'll see I've got two camera setups, one looking towards the ugly mug, and the second trying to give a bit of an overview of the flight controls. Now, it's not the best, because I've tried to encompass everything I can, but the one thing that's not fully visible, obviously, is the radio panel, which is down here. You can just about see the lights on that. But you've got the three throttle quadrants, trim wheel and the yoke. The only other thing you can't really see is the side stick for Airbus operations. and a steering tiller which I have down here, but I've got to fix. So can you guys let me know how these camera angles actually look? If they look any good, I'll keep them as they are. If you want to see something different, then let us know in the chat and I'll get it sorted. Okay, so it's installed. Just let it run. Come on. Anyway, so the one thing I'm actually looking for is I'm trying to get it so I can get the slope information for the runway. Obviously that does affect our takeoff performance, but also we can have a look at like acceleration heights and engine house acceleration heights, things like that on certain departures. So one thing we do try and do as much as possible is keep it as realistic as possible for you guys. So I try and bring what training I've had onto the sim, so that kind of relays out. Obviously single cockpit, it's a bit different, but we try and relay that a bit more during the shared cockpit as well. So let's delete that one. It's a 0, 0, 0, 1, so that'll be any wind anyway. To Rebel, and then from Rebel to OVPA1 601 to Seagam. What's the new Seagam 1 kilo? Okay, save that. That's what I could have been doing actually. So 6.7 tons. Status, so gross weight at the moment is 56.0, so probably been about 500 on the taxi, so it's going to be 55.5. Take off go on weight and take off CG. Current says 16.2, so that's going to move to about 16. And the ballast alternates is Madrid. Back to the takeoff approach page. So 6 left is got a slope of, it's actually down from 2. /1 knot. Sense in that. So 140, 44, 49. Okay, so we'll do the V2 plus 20 at 169. She's working here. 169, heading is 058 degrees. Does not actually work. The departure another 10. So happy with that, happy with that. Nav rods, we want to see 08 and Pasolina. So POS / 274 degrees. So the departure lane's taken off 6 left, deviate from GOA. It's going to be a left turn to PTAM, right hand turn to the Delta 325 Sierra, up to the GOA 30 DME, and then a left turn to 274 outbound from Pasolina to intercept the Drago waypoint. So fairly standard. Minimum climb gradients 6.5 up to 4. So given our speed, it's going to be 987 feet initially, going all up to 1646, which is not going to be a problem. So Drago 2 Lima then, for 6 left is climbing on runway heading to intercept the GOA radial 061 to DME of 8 to GOA, then a left turn along the DME 5.0 0 from MJV ARC via PTAM instead of the JOA radio 325. On the JOA 325 instead of C Pozzolina 274 Strago, so that's what we discussed, and we're happy with that. So we've got the Pozzolina 274 armed, and we'll take the Saint Jean. We want the 325 outbound radio from there. Selected. Starts at the APU. So we've got 13 selected on the flap, takeoff select. Selection now ready for now. We've got the transmax pumps on, so what do we want for the stab trim is 5.6 aircraft nose up. And that's it. EPU's up. It's on. So the power's coming off. Excuse me. Get rid of that. So beacon lights on. Nose right to left.
Glide slope. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain.
Cargo smoke.
Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Pull up.
30 feet. Okay, starting number 1. Actually, it should not be starting. Wheels on. So one thing you'll definitely notice is that the from what we discussed on that departure, is the navigation on here is completely whacked up. So it wants me, this is saying to do a right turn out and then come back over the airport again for some daft ass reason, but as we discussed, it's basically going to be taken off and then it's going to be a left climbing turn. So something else that needs to be fixed, unfortunately. Get the starter cut out. Starting 2.
GCAS test pass. Set parking brake.
2 GTs rising. Starter cut out.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
It's just unstable. So we'll do the road test first. It's going 4 left, 4 right, and neutral. Left, right, neutral. Flight control test complete. Flaps 13. Config screen. speed armed, heading armed, profile armed, and takeoff armed. Takeoff status screen, seatbelts no smoking is the only system's warning. Take some kills in. So I'm going to turn up on my side while they're up on the FOs. Now the reason I've got train up on mine is it is standard practice for pilot flying to have the train up on their side for the departure and arrival, especially in hilly areas, and there are some mountains to the north of the airfield in Palma. So of course with us departing up to the north as well, we especially want to keep a close eye on that. We do have a train between 5,000 and 7,000 feet along our route of flight on that initial departure, so we've got to keep a very close eye on it. Good evening.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
I'm new here, so I was just looking through your website because I noticed that you guys do a lot of shared cockpit, and I was interested. So I was just trying to read through your one of your instructions on Dropbox. It tells me to pay attention to rule number 6, but I can't scroll down any further.
If you just give us 2 seconds, buddy, I'm literally just about to take off, and then I'll happily talk you through.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so rolling departure then. Okay, there we go. Stable. Thrust set. 1.47. 8 knots. Positive climb. Gears coming up.
Stabilizer motion.
Flaps up. And why isn't Gonson not responding? There we go. Ooh, that scared me. And slash for travels.
Stabilizer motion.
Auto flight. Okay, inserted. Climb thrust for 320. Nav. Okay, sorry about that. So how is it I can help you again?
Stabilizer motion.
Can you hear me?
Yes sir.
Sorry, it's just I haven't used this before, so
Yeah, it's a bit of a funky one. Have you got it set up for push to talk, or have you got it set up for voice activation at the moment?
I've got a push to talk, but it's just the one that I got. I think I'm going to use the one until I figure it out.
Got ya. Okay, so you had a question something about the rules.
Well, yeah. Basically, I went on. Essentially, I was flicking through Google, and I was looking for shared cockpit. One of your posts on ABSIM came up. Obviously, I followed it.
Stabilizer motion.
I ended up here. I followed one of your instructions on your website. Bear with me 2 seconds, I'll tell you exactly where. So, 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, I'm there. Took my time. Yeah, so I went on your main website, the OVPA, obviously, and then there was one on there to join the guides. And it basically just took me to Dropbox and just gave me no instructions to follow. It says keep scrolling down and pay attention to rule number 6. However, I don't know what you guys mean by rule number 6 because I can't see it. I can't scroll down any further. So I'm guessing I'm probably missing something. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. Can you send us a link to that Dropbox? Because obviously if there's an issue with that, we'll want to change that as soon as possible, so we thank you for pointing that out. And if I can have a look at it all, then I'll know exactly which one it is.
Okay, bear with me 2 secs because my PC's being slow for some weird reason.
You can either put it in the main chat, or you can send it, if you just click on my name, it'll actually send it through via private text. Oh, actually, no, just seen it.
Okay. Yeah, it tells me to, on page 2, it tells me to scroll down, but so I'm saying page 2,
Stabilizer motion.
I don't know if I need to sign into Dropbox or something. I don't know.
No, you are correct actually, there is no rule number 6, but the main rule we have, and I believe what it'll probably be, is to do with the names. So obviously you've got everything else set up with Discord, so using the push to talk instead of voice activation, so you can see what we do is, instead of using nicknames, is we just use normal names.
Okay, I see.
So obviously if the one thing I'd if you do want to join us, I'll send you a welcome pack. Now, the couple of limitations we have, unfortunately, we've had to change one, where we used to kind of allow members to be members of virtual airlines. Unfortunately, due to because we're heavily involved in file share in beta testing, there was an instance, not involving us, thankfully, of people sharing files within virtual airlines. So the one unfortunate rule we have to change is that we no longer allow members who are with us to be members of virtual airlines at the same time. So I don't know if you are a member of any VAs?
Yeah, I'm currently a member of NGA, but regardless, I'm looking for because basically what they have is not essentially what I use. And I'm guessing you guys have it, which is shared cockpit, because they just mainly do tours, and I like doing that and like doing it from place to place, but sometimes I like just flying with people. But I want to experience that as well, kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do that here. I don't know if you guys. It's worth it.
Yeah, well, so essentially, we were lucky enough. Actually, we were actually the kind of the pioneers on shared cockpit. I mean, we started back in FS 2004 with the Leonardo Mad Dog. We've been fortunate enough. We worked for 6 years with Majestic doing their Q400. We now work with Aerosoft doing their beta testing on the upcoming Aerosoft products. The upcoming Airbus products, which will include shared cockpit. And we're also working with Leonardo. We work with TFDI design. Basically, any aircraft that involves shared cockpit, we do the main beta on it now. As I say, because we were lucky enough where we pioneered it and we kind of like talk with the companies and go through everything with them. Now, before we actually accept members, the one question I have to ask is your age, because the
I'm 28.
fantastic. That's good, because minimum age is actually 24. So the reason for that is we had a couple of younger lads on, 19, 20, 21, and it always just kind of fell to crap. So we kind of said, like, due to the upcoming NDAs that we are publishing, because we're actually also partnered up with, I don't know if you've heard of FS Reborn, who are doing the AI license systems.
No. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, I have heard of them.
Okay, because we are partnered with them, and we are again going to be the main beta testers with them. We had to set the minimum age at 24 because of the legal issues with the non-disclosure agreement for members who become beta testers with us as well. Now, that's not to say that if you become a member, you're automatically a beta tester. Obviously, you'll start off with us as a standard member, so we'll ask you to come and log in to the voice server with us, do a few flights with us, and then eventually we'll get your shit set up for shared cockpit. So that's me or Dave coming onto your system, setting up your security suite, setting up your port forwarding, and making sure that everything's hunky-dory for the first time you connect.
Okay, I see.
So with that in regards, the other rule we have as well, and unfortunately we do have a lot of rules, but it's just come from experience, is when we set up your computer for shared cockpit at that point and you fly shared cockpit with us, you cannot fly shared cockpit with anyone outside of the group due to viruses, which can be transmitted via shared cockpit. So we're very stringent with PC security for obvious reasons. And this way we do share cockpit. We do share cockpit flights, a couple of times a week, and we never have any problems with it. Thanks to the way we set things up now.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because when I was looking through, basically I saw one of your live streams, about an hour of it, and there was about 4 people who were talking about it. So. Yeah, it just looked quite interesting, because I said in one of the posts that I think there was someone who was trying to do shared cockpit, and I said in one of the posts that I think it would be a really good idea to put a lot of these things forward and get these ideas, because I feel that PMDGs and Aerosofts and they don't really have that sort of product. But like you said, you're working really closely with Aerosoft and bringing that sort of feature on board is really nice.
Oh yeah, there are more coming with share cockpit, so the future of it's really like blowing up now, which is fantastic. As I say, if you do join with us, you'll and if you stay with us, and you come on as part of the beta team, eventually somewhere down the road, obviously you'll be privy to certain information about what's coming up and what's going to be available in the future. And obviously, because we do get access to the software to do the beta workers, you'll have access to that a lot sooner as well. What was I going to say? But yeah, I mean, the shared cockpit thing is fantastic, and the best times to do it obviously is during events. So you got like Friday night tops in the US, where you've got, you know, hundreds of aircraft going into one location, and doing the shared cockpit in those kind of events is just one of the best things you can do.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, I mean, could I ask whereabouts you're from?
I'm from the UK.
Oh, well, same here.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Warrington. It's just between Manchester and Liverpool.
Oh, nice.
What about yourself?
I'm from Norwich, North.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm from there, unfortunately.
Yeah, trust me, it's better than the shithole.
Yeah, it's just it's an alright area, man. It's not the best, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Right, so I'll tell you what I'll do, whilst I've got you on the voiceover here, is can you send me your email in the chat, and I will email you the welcome pack. And
Okay.
and if you can fill that out, obviously, and send it back to myself, and that's sweet. And I'll CC. He's online here, Dave. Like, he's the co-founder along with myself. So I'll CC him in, CC him on this. And if you can, when you do the reply, obviously just include him in the reply, and he'll do some of the vetting as well.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
Fantastic. Give me 2 seconds there, and I'll have that email right out to you. So do you mind if I ask them, what kind of flights do you do as well? Like, I mean, do you do short haul, long hauls?
So at the moment, I'm doing. I mainly like doing long hauls. At the moment, I'm doing one for my, which is a tour. Tour from about 18 tours. Yeah, about 20 tours in one month. At the moment, I'm doing one from Dubai to Toronto. But yeah, I mainly do just long hauls. I fly the 737, the 777. I bought products from obviously BMG, so I was. But I just like flying, just like doing mainly 737s and 7. I love the 777. Gotta love it. Can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's a gorgeous aircraft, without a doubt. So obviously, I think I might have asked this before, but you'll have to give me mine's in a bit of a scatter as well. With applying for it, obviously, are you going to be happy to kind of cancel your membership with current virtual airlines?
Yeah, I could do. Yeah, well, yeah. Essentially, that's what my plan was. Because, like I said, what I want is not essentially what they have.
Yeah.
They have like lots of flights, yeah, but I want to experiment with something new. I only join them because basically I went off flight sim for a while, but I've been flying it since 98. Been flying it quite a lot. But I only got really into it, you know, when the whole 3D graphic thing came out back in 2004. That's when I really started, and then obviously FSX came out, and then I really into it. And then about 3 months ago, I bought P3D.
Nice.
Yeah, there was so much hype, and there was so much, there was so much people saying, "Oh, yeah, you should buy it," and everything. And I ended up giving in, and to be honest, I don't regret it at all.
No, the only thing when I went over to V4 was because I had all the PMDG products for FSX, is having to spend all that money again.
Yeah, that was essentially the issue I had, which was obviously to obviously buy everything. But I was quite lucky to because obviously when I moved to P3D, obviously a lot of my add-ons that I had, I could transfer over. Like 1 or 2 that I couldn't take, like my PMDG, which I was a bit annoyed because I spent 60 quid on that, so I had to rebuy it. That's more money. But my camera system, like my chase plane that I bought, I took that as well. Rex, I had to buy everything because I bought it on Steam, which was really annoying. So yeah.
Yeah. Can I just take your full name as well? Or your first and last name?
Yeah, Quinn, so Quin, and then my last name is Gomez, Gomez. I'm guessing you have to use real names.
Yeah, we do. Partly because whilst we're doing the live streams, obviously people we only use like a first name basis when we get to know you. But obviously, just for our live streams and when we're doing meetings and things like that, people want to just know you kind of first name.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'll say this in the email as well, but what will essentially happen is I'll send you out these welcome packs in the next minute or so. Once you fill them out, send them back to us, we'll bring you in for like a Skype call, so either I'll do that or Dave will do it, just have a proper like 20-minute conversation with you. And then obviously what we ask is, before we obviously spend kind of any time setting anyone's systems, is that you kind of join us for about a month or so, just flying single cockpit, but whenever you do fly, is to be logged onto the voice server, because obviously if anyone else does come in, like is we like someone, if Dave's not here or I'm not here, vice versa, like we just like to have someone on the voice server to welcome anybody new and potential members.
Okay. All of a sudden, I don't understand my joystick just stopped working.
Is it powered? Is it pure USB power, or has it got an external power source as well?
Yeah, it's just pure USB. I just had to use. I was doing a flight, and all of a sudden I was talking to you, and I was looking at it. It just went all the way to the right. I don't know why. I had to take control of it using my Xbox controller. That was kind of really weird.
Huh.
I went a little bit overspeed. It's not good.
Okay, so the email's just coming out to you now. Could I just ask as well, what kind of aircraft do you have that are shared cockpit right now?
Well, yeah.
Or I should say, what have you got in? I think for V4 at the moment, the main ones are going to be obviously TFDI design 717, Majestic Q400 Pro, and
I think I need to buy some, you know. Let's have a look.
well, those are obviously two that we highly recommend.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it, to be honest. That's one thing I didn't really think of. Yeah. The PV4 at the moment, I've only got 777, 737, a couple of I'm always happy to buy something.
Okay, well, as I say, the two that we have right now is obviously the 717 and the Q400. More will be coming in the future, which is obviously great. Well, I'd recommend obviously one of those two to start with.
Is it by Ericsson?
Nope, the 717 is by TFDI Design. I'll send you links actually, give me 1 second.
It's only $59 as well.
So I mean, obviously we do love the Q400. We, as I say, we spent about 6 years working on that aircraft with the developer to make sure that was ready for market on the shared cockpit. So that aircraft is just unreal. Has external flight dynamics engine, so it handles like the real aircraft does. So it takes a lot of practice with that aircraft. So we highly recommend that one. But that's a turboprop, and then obviously the 717 is the jet. So, but with the Q400 you will need the Pro edition for the shared cockpit availability.
These fly a lot in my airport.
Flyby. Yeah, we got them up at Manchester and Liverpool as well.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them here. That flight, man. Yeah, I guess it's.
Hey Grant, I just came back and I have to leave now to go to the hospital, brother. So I'll give you a shout tomorrow morning. My
Okay, just give you a quick heads up, Dave. We got a new lad here, Quinn. Interested in possibly joining us?
Yeah.
I've CC'd you in on the email.
I saw all that. I was listening while you guys were talking. So nice to meet you, but I do apologize. I've got to scoot and go pick somebody up at the hospital. So anyway, well, Grant, I'll give you a call tomorrow, and you guys have a super evening.
Oh, good night.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah, he was definitely the guy. Well, his voices. When I looked at the when he did his oh man, I can't get the words out. When he did one of these live feeds, but uploaded it on YouTube. I saw that was the voice I heard.
Yeah, so we do all have live streams as well, and obviously once you do become a full member and we get you all squared away, is we'll also set you up with your own live stream as well.
Oh, nice.
So, with spelling your first name, is it Q-U-I-N or Q-U-I-N-N?
QUI.
Okay, Roger. I've just changed your nickname in Discord for you, so if you do log back on with us, it'll be done and sorted.
Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just trying to...
Altitude.
Anything I can help you with?
I don't know, man. It's just my plane is just gone all weird. I think I need something. No, I might have to do an ILS landing for this because I'm on that sim.
Whereabouts are you flying into?
My chase plane just looked. I'm flying into Toronto from Dubai. Still a long haul. But a lot of my things just stopped working for some odd reason. It's like it's definitely not sim related.
One thing that can cause that sometimes is it's an issue with power. So, what kind of power supply you running in your computer?
Power supply 350.
Oh,
Is that? Do you reckon that's why?
that's gonna. I mean, the other one as well is like, what kind of hardware are you using in terms of flight controls?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't.
What kind of hardware do you use in terms of flight controls?
So I've got an i5 and I've got 1050 as a graphics card.
Oh no, sorry. I mean, what do you use? Like, do you have a yoke or a joystick and then throttle quadrants?
I've got a. Sorry. I've got a flight HOT. A HOTAS. Black Widow.
Okay, so yeah, power supply you're definitely going to want to look into upgrading that very soon. 350 watt is, I mean, I'm running about,
Quite
I'm running 900 watts in mine, but as a minimum, I'd say 750 or 800 watt is what you're going to want.
Yeah, I thought that would be it. I've done flights before, this has never happened. What's the issue? But yeah, I am looking to upgrade my power supply anyway, so be in the books. Might buy one this weekend.
Well, this is another, I'd say, like advantage of being members with us is wherever possible we help our members out as well. So if obviously instead of upgrading straight away, if you do get to know us and you stay with us for some time, is we often have like we sometimes have spare equipment lying around. So things like that is
nice.
we can often help with them. And I've got, I think it's a 750 watt EVA power supply unit sitting on the shelves behind me. So obviously, if you do stick around with us for a couple of months, instead of having to buy one, I could send you that one for a few quid.
Oh, that's really nice of you, man. Thanks. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, it's not a problem. This is the kind of things we do. Again, like, I mean, believe it or not, I had a friend, one of the guys who used to be a member with us. Unfortunately, he's left, but he got a new computer, and he actually gave me his entire old rig, which was an i7 processor with the graphics card and engine, everything. The only thing I had to put in was a new water cooling system and my own graphics card.
Cool. It's good, but like, I got like, I think when I upgrade my PC, I'll probably give some stuff away. I don't want to. Like, there's too much stuff to like could just give away. I don't think I would make much money anyway. But maybe someone else might have the use for it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, just if you can, obviously give it away. I mean, eBay, or if you got like a CEX store or something like that, they'll take it and buy it off you.
So.
So selection 5 is set. So for the guys on the stream, as you can probably tell, we have started our descent into Bilbao. So just coming through, just gone below 28,000 feet for level 280. So should be landing now in the next 15 or 20 minutes, give or take. In terms of weather down there at the moment, expecting it to be pretty nice. It is Spain after all, but what can we expect? So 11 degrees Celsius, winds are calm at 0 to 2 knots. So landing on the northwesterly facing runways, but looking like a fairly nice day down there actually. So once we do land, we'll land on runway 30. Its main terminal is going to be off the right side, so we'll expect to vacate via Charlie 5, or if need be Charlie 6, 2,600 meters, 8,500 feet, not a problem. On elevation 120, nothing that's really going to restrict us there. As for the ILS, that's Yankee. Deeming area if required, we've got that in, we'll set that up in just a second. So, coming in from Karma, showing steps at 5,400 feet, and that's 11.3 from IBL. Straight in, landing runway 30, category C aircraft, minimums 420 feet. RVR, full, so 650 meters. No circumstance we don't need to blah blah blah. We've got high intensity approach lighting systems, 2 Pappy and Pappy on the left and right, and then the missed approach is climbing to 2,000 feet on the runway heading. In case we lose the glide slope, it's going to be ground speed. ILS is 3.4 degrees, so slightly steeper than usual. Given our approach speed, we're looking at probably about 800 feet a minute on the descent if we lose the glide. This approach then, as I said, is climbing to 2,000 feet on the runway heading, which is 290 degrees. From there, it's going to be making a right-hand turn to intercept the 063 outbound from the Bilbao NDB, which is 395. So let's get this programmed in. So Navrad's ADF1 is B for Bilbao. 395 is checked. And we'll put on the nav2 as well, actually. ILS is 110.3. And inbound course 290 degrees. That's inserted, so at the moment I'm not picking that up, so it's got the no glide slope, and we'll have no lock on the underneath of that one. But that's fine for now. Flight plan then is coming in from Victor, Orbis.
So yeah, it's within STEM, within P3D. It's like it's just forgot how to use the HOTAS, because the HOTAS works outside every button. It's strange. I never understand sometimes.
Yeah. Do you use FSUI PC?
Do I? Sorry.
Do you use FSUI PC?
Yes, but not the full version, just the one that basically allows me to have add-ons.
Got ya. That again is definitely one thing I would recommend you buy, is FSUI PC. Only because one of the greatest things about it is you can set up individual aircraft profiles for your controls if you want to. But one thing I do is I put all my controls through that now, and all my flight controls within P3D and FSX are completely disabled, because FSUI PC just gives you so much more control on sensitivity, null zones, and everything else.
Yeah, I've been looking into that. I don't know how much that is.
I know it's not expensive, like, and it's definitely worth the price.
It's only €28.
Yeah.
Version 435. It's not too bad.
No, like I say, for how much controllability you get out of that program, and it is probably behind the scenes one of the most used programs you'll have. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, a lot of add-ons need it. They rely on it, don't they?
And the nice thing is as well, like if you have any kind of issues with it, and it's something that we are unable to figure out, Peter, the developer of that software, is fantastic on his support forums. I had one issue, like, and he got back to me within about 6 hours.
Oh, that's quick. That is quick for most people.
Yeah, I mean, considering he's a one-man operation, like, he is fantastic with customer support.
Cool. Time's gone so quick.
So can I ask what you do for a living?
Yeah, I DJ. Yeah, I essentially DJ. That's my hobby. I work in a little corner shop, which during the weekdays it helps me because obviously I have my DJing job where I earn that money, and then I have that corner shop which throughout the week earns me extra money, so it fills me up within the weeks, which is nice. It's just really nice to just have like two jobs.
Nice.
Saves me from sitting down in front of my PC all the time, which I'd love to. But I can't earn money by playing simulators all day. So whenever I finish work Monday to Thursday, I come on, I jump on. I mean, on Canada itself, I've only been there a few months, maybe about 3-4 months. I'm talking to him. Okay, yeah. And yeah, I think I'm now on 190 hours, which is nice.
Very nice.
Huh? Oh yeah, I did, yeah. Huh? It's just not worth watching, mate. Don't stress. Sorry, I was talking to you.
It's all good. I think you're on.
So what?
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I said, what do you do? Like, do you just fly on air? Or do you have a day?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like all over the place at the moment. I do fly on air whenever I get the chance, but I've been off work for a couple of months due to an injury. But I am a qualified pilot as well, like with the going for the ATPL. So I've just put in with Jet 2, hoping to hear something back from them. But other than that, I mean, I do a bit of development here and there. I've just gone with Aerosoft, doing some development for them.
Yeah, I saw you guys. You like work a lot with like Aerosoft and stuff, and you like plan like a lot of their ideas. The shared cockpit came from you guys, which is good. I think it's really good.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, like I say, we were quite fortunate actually because we kind of recognised the potential for shared cockpit quite early on, and because it was only the Leonardo MD-80 that offered it back in 2004. So we kind of like recognised that potential, and then we kind of heard Majestic were coming out with their Q400, so we started mithering the developer Oleski to put shared cockpit on that Q400 because we just knew it would be a fantastic aircraft for it. So after probably about 6 or 8 months of mithering him to add it, he reluctantly at first agreed. So let's say we worked with him for about 6 years, but we became good friends with him, and it's probably become one of the best known products for the flight sim community.
It's good, that is. That's really good. Because you know that there's just not many. Like I said in one of the forums, you'd expect, you know, big companies like GMDG, well, obviously Aerosoft now, but a lot of these companies to have offered, and I you know, as far as I can remember, Flight Simulator X is the only one that offers, but it's so buggy that sometimes, like for example, I used to fly with my buddies, and you'd only be able to do it in the default 737 that we do. And obviously, they're good aircraft, but they're just, obviously, because they're default, they're just sort of plain, simple, and they're just boring to fly, I think, personally. And I think that's one of the reasons why I bought the PMDG, just because there's so more, I don't know, it's just the immersion, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I get that. The unfortunate thing with PMDG was at the beginning that when they were producing the 737s, they came out and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to develop it with shared cockpit." So you know everyone was really excited, and then it went down to, "Oh, we're going to try and develop it with shared cockpit." And then it went down to it might have shared cockpit, and then it just went down to no, we can't do it. It's not going to have it.
I don't know why they didn't do it, because PMDG, when is going on to sell so much, and the amount of money that they just earn, I don't see. I don't know how hard it is to do. So maybe it's just maybe I'm just talking. Maybe I don't know simple things like that. But I feel that it's just the feature that should definitely 100% be there already. Because there's a lot of people out there, for example, you could use it for training facilities, you could, teach people, you could, for example, fly with buddies, whatever the case is. And when you fly on your own, it's good, but if you was to fly with someone else, it makes it even better, because it just adds that extra immersion. I mean, it's just like, one of the reasons why I bought FS2 Crew for Flight Simulator X was the fact that I'd like to have someone else in the cockpit. And the ability to talk to someone or whatever. And they, FS2 Crew I think it's a fantastic product. And when I bought it, I was like a bit, whether I should buy it, but I saw so many good reviews that I just, I'm just going to buy it, and ended up buying it. But then about 3 months after, I moved to P3D, and now I'm annoyed because I have to rebuy it again.
Always the way.
But yeah, I know, but apart from that, I'm still, I'm happy that I can bring a lot of my add-ons back. P3D, especially one of my favorites, which is Jay's plane. I just think it's probably my favorite add-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to spend money on my 777 and 737 as well, which is quite annoying, but it is what it is.
Well, that's it, buddy. Tell you what, I do like this approach. It's the first time I've actually flown into this airport in Bilbao, because I bought this airport from Obix about 6 months ago, and I had a problem where it wasn't installing properly because it was just sinking below the train. So I've just spent about an hour trying to get it working, and it's finally working, but I've got to say this approach is bloody lovely going between these mountains.
That's nice, that is. Like, who is it?
Obix.
Oh, nice. Can't go wrong.
Beep brake.
Honestly, with their Orbix
Beep brake.
products, you can't go wrong. I'm waiting for their stuff to be on half sale again, and then I'm going to buy probably Orbix Global. Been dying since.
Yeah, you'll want to get Global and Vector at the same time. Yeah, you'll need Vector. Because what will happen is Vector basically with Global, some of the airports, add-on airports you'll have won't match the train. So what Vector does is it corrects it.
Okay. Why is it so expensive then? Like, wouldn't it just be cheaper?
Well, in all fairness, like a lot of development goes into their products, so they're probably one of the few. They're one of the few kind of developers I can understand where they need that kind of. Well, they don't need the margin, but they kind of earn it.
Yeah, I get you. I just feel that like sometimes that flight sims is like products are so expensive. I actually like get scared of the price, and it just puts me off. But it is what it is, and you know, if you want it, you get it. If you don't, then tough.
Exactly.
sometimes I'm thinking whether I should buy it. Will my PC handle it? Will it not? And then I think, you know what? Even if I just get above 20 frames, I'll be happy because that means I can fly and enjoy the scenery. I don't care what frames I get, as long as I can fly and take off, come and land. That's all good. Because I bought Dubai from Flight Town. Yeah, I bought Dubai from Flight Town because it was cheap. How much did I buy it? Bought it for something. Bought it for so cheap.
Landing gear.
Yeah, $26, which was
Landing gear.
What? I think it was like
Landing
£15.
gear.
Yeah.
There.
Landing gear.
Yeah, and like I go there, and like I took off from there mainly because I was doing. Sorry, that's my dog. 2 secs. Sorry, that. Yeah, he barks at anything that moves outside. But yeah, I bought it and I was like, I wasn't getting many good frames on it, but as long as I could take off on it and land and get myself back up, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, one thing we can do there as well, like, is again, when we're setting up your system, like, we'll go through some of the settings in P3D with you to make sure you're getting the best in terms of performance and in graphics.
Oh, nice. It's always nice to have someone that can help, because sometimes it lacks that, because tutorial videos is just you'll be there for hours and hours, and I just want to fly. I just want to fly. I don't care, as long as it just works. That's all I care. Oh god, my flight log does not look good. I don't even think this is going to go through. But I'm so into it now, I'm just not going to stop. Whereabouts in Manchester?
I'm just outside of Manchester in Warrington, so I'm literally halfway between Manchester and Liverpool.
I went there once to Manchester. Went to TGI Fridays. I don't know if there's a lot of them, but I know I went to one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Just go to 2 secs there, buddy. I'm just on the final approach.
Go for it.
If you want as well, you can catch the live stream for this as well. It's on YouTube and Twitch at OVPA1.
OVPA. Okay, let's have a look. Let me just set up. 2 secs.
Autopilot.
My car's disconnected. I'm on visual.
Oh, that's a nice aircraft, that is.
1,000. Stabilizer motion.
Okay, half a ton low.
Five hundred.
Too low. Terrain. 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 Too low. Terrain.
That's a solid approach.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low.
That's all
Terrain.
right. Warning.
Minimum
That too low terrain.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, nice touchdown.
And reverse thrust.
That is a nice rig. I've just seen that. There's like about 2 cameras.
Oh, cheers. Get reverses out.
That's impressive. I could hear myself echo, so I've had to turn the
Oh
sound.
yeah, I'll sort that out. I might just have one of the settings a bit too loud.
What
This is the 717. So this is the one this is one of the ones that is share cockpit.
That looks like a beautiful aircraft. On the inside, anyway. That is a rig and a half. How much did that cost you?
I probably got about, I don't know, a couple of grand invested in everything.
A couple of grand. Wow.
Between, well, that's between like hardware and software.
So,
Okay, so that's also that's done.
when they do like the shared cockpits, like, is it not possible to do like for ones for like 737s or anything like that? Or
At the moment, there isn't anything for the 737, so all we have is, as I say, for V4 at the moment, is the 717 and the Q400. We've got the upcoming Airbuses from Aerosoft that are going to be shared cockpit, same as they were in FSX, but they are new products.
I'd love to fly them. That looks beautiful. That aircraft that does.
And then what we've got coming up after the A320 series is the A330 from Aerosoft, which is going to be shared cockpit.
Oh, that looks like a beautiful aircraft. That looks really nice.
Just on standby. If he's up and available. With the radars off. So, welcome to Bilbao. So about an hour and 6 minutes in the air, so 2 minutes behind schedule there, but all in all not too bad. Okay, so we've got the engine cool, if you let it on. Good. So I think first time I've actually seen the scenery, and I will say it's probably become one of my favourites. Great approach down that valley, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. So one interesting fact about this airport, actually, about this aircraft, sorry, is it was kind of developed after the MD-11. So I don't know if you've flown the MD-11 in FSX, but you'll notice that the cockpit layout is virtually identical.
Yeah, they do look very similar. I've never flown it, unfortunately. Don't think I've ever had the pleasure to it, but I do want to try a different aircraft apart from the Boeings.
Yeah.
Because I think most people are like me. You know, you want to try the big planes, but the small planes as well. They're nice.
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm a long haul kind of guy anyway. Like, I love doing the long haul, same as you. It's just every now and again, I just enjoy doing the regional hops. Okay, parking brakes on. EPU's running. PGen's on. 1, 2. Okay, for the guys on the stream, I do thank you for joining us there. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. For the guys who have liked, subscribed and followed, we of course always appreciate that. So, great approach down into Bilbao. As I say, I think I've just found one of my new favourite airports to go into. We'll definitely be visiting this one again, especially with the 717. This was a nice little aircraft to bring in. So, again, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.